Hello YouTube, so there's just a few things I want to get done in the fish room today. Specifically, I want to move my angelfish in with my puffer, so that should be interesting to see how that works. And then I got to move some fry over to where the angelfish are now, going from a 10 gallon to a 20 gallon, just give them some extra room to grow out, and see what else I can find. So stay tuned. Alright, here we are. Here are the 6 Leopoldi Angelfish, all doing well. All the spots are gone. They just kind of hang out, slowly kind of glide back and forth. A little posturing like that every once in a while, but they're really starting to color up nicely. You can see the reds on the fins. I hope the camera's picking that up. But my plan is to put these in the 240 gallon with the Mabu puffer, little Steen. And so what I'm going to do is actually move them into the 90 gallon right now and see how well they get along. Also, my Rainbowfish are in there, so I can see how that's going to work out. So I'm going to take all the hardscape out, and then I'll move my cichlid fry. I have yellow lab, rusty cichlids, and the Trets growing out into 10 gallon, and they're getting a little too big, so upgrading them to a 20 gallon should be nice. I'll probably just take out the wood and probably the plants. I'm going to start draining the water, move these over, and we'll see how they get along with the puffer and the Rainbowfish. So like I said in a previous video, this 90 gallon is going to be pretty hard to film being on the floor and right next to my wall here of other tanks. But as you can see, he's kind of found himself a little spot down here under the bulbitis, hanging out in all this fish poop. The water itself has cleared up nicely. The rainbows have actually turned out to be quite skittish. I don't even see any right now. This is why floor tanks are just not a good idea. They're really scared of feet for some reason. You walk by it all the time. I guess it's understandable. Man, I don't see a single rainbow though. They have been hiding out in this rock pile, which is really weird for rainbow fish. Not really sure what their deal is. Anyways, as you can see, we're draining water over here. I'm about to get that log out, and I'll get that piece of Anubias frag, as I call it, out of there, and then start scooping out some angelfish. And while I'm waiting for the angelfish tank to drain, I will briefly show you this 10 gallon where the fry are growing out. They're getting pretty big. They're a little over an inch now, and they'll definitely appreciate the bigger space. The 20 gallon probably are going to need even bigger within a month. But right now, with moving everything around and taking tanks down, that's about the best option I got. They're almost selling size, to be honest, so I don't plan to have them very much longer. I will keep some of the yellow labs because I do like them, but most of them will probably be going away. Alright, so I did do a water change in the 90 gallon tube. The angels are moved over. Everyone's kind of hiding down here in the corner. See all my hoses and everything. Pretty much a mess in here. Little Steen is down there hiding in this dirty water. The angelfish are kind of back here in the corner. Can barely make them out there. Still no sign of the rainbowfish. I kind of moved everything around. I planted most of the plants that were floating on the surface there and just couldn't find them anywhere. So they definitely found a good hiding spot, that's for sure. Just like little Steen here, poking his beak out of his little hiding hole. So I got all the fry moved over into the 20 gallon, and you can see I moved over the big clump of Java moss, which was a huge mistake because you can see how just nasty it is in here now. It's one thing I hate about big clumps of moss like this, is just attracts dirt and poop, and then when you move it, this is what happens. It's just everywhere in here. But they're adjusting nice. I mean, I had to move the whole clump over here because they were hiding in it, and it was just easier to pick up the whole thing and move it over here than trying to scare them out and scooping them up. But they're happy. They're loving life in this bigger tank. Only going to last a few weeks before they outgrow this one. But we'll give this some time and hopefully let all this dirt settle down. We'll check back in on the puffer and the angelfish. So not much to speak of in this mess of a tank right now. Everyone is just kind of hiding, getting used to each other. Still no sign of the rainbowfish though, which is kind of worrisome. But I did make a lot of commotion in here, so it's a good chance they're hiding in this big, gigantic rock pile over here. Little Steen seemed to have found a different spot to hide. But I'm going to let both these tanks sit for a day, and then I'll check back in tomorrow. Hopefully everyone's out and about and used to their new home, and the water's cleared up a bit. Oh, here's little Steen way over here, hanging out in these rocks. So yeah, like I said, we'll give it a day and check back tomorrow. So it's the next day, and I'm sneaking up nice and slow. Oops, probably help if I point this here. Just saw a rainbowfish The rainbow fish are here. They're just really skittish with being on the floor. The angelfish were just out. I don't know if you can see them, but they're definitely hiding in there. Camera really can't focus on them, but there is one sitting right there. Of course, it looks like I just dropped my test strip in there. Yes, I do test my water regularly, especially when setting up a new tank. Oh, here's little Steen over here. He's always finding little nooks and crannies to hide in. So now, I saw the rainbow fish, but now I don't see the angelfish. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I thought giving him a day to settle in would help, but apparently not. All we see now is algae on the aquarium, algae on the plants, diatom algae, of course, which is the worst. Always makes a mess. But yeah, I guess there's nothing to see here. That's kind of disappointing. Take another look at little Steen down here. Alright, so there we go, slowly making progress on getting the 240 in here. I am looking for ideas on what to put in the 240. As you know, little Steen and the angelfish will be in there, but I need a schooling fish, I need some bottom dwellers. Obviously I'm doing cories. Everybody loves corydoras. But I'm looking for an idea for a schooling mid-water fish, top water, maybe even a ton of hatchet fish. I think that would be kind of cool. Let me know if you have any ideas. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you're not, and I'll see everyone on Thursday.